change it so that it's not just about me, that it's about all the fun stuff that we've been doing and all the fun friends that have embraced in the process of doing all that fun stuff. And this trading card project has been so much fun for so many people, because many of you know now. Is it running? Okay, streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming.
Triforce Television. So essentially,
Yeah, man.
I've designed over 3,500 cards now, and over 2,000 of them are actually in circulation in the physical hands of people around the world. So for me, this has been a very, very fun experience. And kind of a little bit mind-blowing too, because here I am in front of all you guys for my birthday, which is completely not something that happens in my lifetime.
Do you want to sit in a chair and we talk to you?
Well, eventually I'm going to have to sit down.
Like a throne?
Yes. Where's the throne? Of course. So I'm so honored to be here tonight, and I apologize ahead of time because this is so much stuff. Because once I realized that this was going to happen, I went wild, and there's 141 new trading cards that got designed that are up here amongst all this stuff. Okay.
Walter's gone wild.
Now, one time the legendary Heinrich von Tesla, Eric Tesla, once funded 187 cards for one event. And he never forgave me for it either. He did. He loved doing it because Eric has loved this project. He's been one of the big believers in it because he saw how much fun it brings to everybody, how much joy, and also how much it promotes just the visibility of the culture. And it just integrates the culture. It brings everybody together in this fun experience. Because being on a trading card is not your average experience. Earlier today, I and the people from Color Switch, who I'm going to introduce in a moment, went to the Nebula Awards in downtown LA. The Nebula Awards are the official science fiction awards that the science fiction authors give to other authors. So it's a very prestigious award. And I gave the award, a new trading card, to William Gibson, who, like in 1983, what was it called? Burnt Chrome? Was that the name of the book? The book was called Burnt Chrome, and he introduced the expression, the concept of cyberspace. So what we do is our common coinage here in the video game industry is cyberspace. We all live and breathe cyberspace, and he was the one who first envisioned it and made it actually a major subject of the plot line for his short story called Burnt Chrome. And so we gave him the trading card award. But the point is he said, essentially he said so many awards, but he says, this is great, but it's kind of weird. Because I'm so new to him. Because I've seen this again and again and again. There are a lot of people who receive trading cards who, they've had so many awards, but when they got a trading card, it really did something to their mind, and they said, my God. Like Ralph Baer, the inventor of the video game. He had received the Science Award from President Bush, but when he got his trading card, he said, I never ever dreamed I'd be on a trading card. So there's some deep, deep, heartfelt magic that comes out of the trading cards, and that's why it's been such a fun experience, a fun journey for all of us being involved in this project. And now we're going to try and hand out a lot of awards without making it too confusing. And right now, I'm already confused because there's so much stuff here. We'll just do our best, okay? And the MCs who are working. That was Billy Mitchell.
Billy, be careful where you stand. Your mic is feedback.
That was Billy Mitchell's overpowering personality that the wiring system is picking up. So Billy and David Reichel, and Jerry Byron, who's the president of the International Video Game Hall of Fame, and Mario, who has no idea why he's up here, are all here because we're going to swap off and tell anecdotes and share the experience of presenting these awards. Okay, are we recording yet, Triforce?
Everything's good.
Everything's good. Okay, we got the stamp of approval from Triforce. So whenever we give these awards, we always start with Sean Vincent. Sean, get up here.
Yeah! Way to go, Sean!
And And you have a trading card finished in place. I haven't been able to find it in this pile yet. But here's your award. Sean is a man of pure heart. He's a genius video game player, a super kind heart, and he just is. Richie, help me out. How would you describe Sean? He's just got a soul that is so beautiful that we always start with Sean because he really sets the map right for the rest of us because he's such a good person.
I'm proud to say this. Every event he comes here with a smile on his face. First and foremost, he wants to say hello to everyone, introduce himself. He is pure of heart and also very humble for the talent. Billy, you gotta stop moving around. It's your place.
I'm not going to stand here as long as he talks in one spot.
That's a hint from Billy. To make it quick, he, for no reason, went out of his way and bought a white Nintendo hat and mailed it to my daughter Faith because she was so interested in how good he is at his game. So she watched him play, and he bought her a white Nintendo hat, and she wears it all the time, and we love it. He's got such a large heart, and I'm his biggest fan.
Let me say this also. His game playing is brilliant. But what transcends that to me is how good of a person he is and how kind and loving he is to other people. And that says so much beyond just video game skill to me. So Sean, I'm giving you only 1 minute on the mic, okay? Because Sean will give a lecture. Okay, Sean? Okay? We're down to cards, Sean. 1 minute.
Sean, is your dad here?
No. My mom just cannot help it.
Sean, go ahead.
Thank you. For what I've learned as I created for my video game journey, one good thing I've just been working too hard as I were able to do for my gaming adventure. The main generation has passed for some of the people of all the gamers from around the world, and that is exactly what I'm doing for where people might get to know me all over the world. And as a matter of fact, because I am quite gifted and so humble, if I should be pretty thankful to our God, and that is exactly for what I mean. Why I need to survive it as well. I will never give up. I will never retire because I'm doing for every year, forever. And well, it doesn't matter when I win or lose. Losing is not so bad for sure. My family were right. Even Isaiah, because I also agree. So I just better keep on, and I better begin shape. So anyway, from what I learned as I know about the history of video games, I'm quite pretty intelligent because I know everything from the history. What good thing is I learned, even I study it just like I did at school. Well, and we also want to thanks to Ralph Baer. Ralph Baer is a legendary father of video games, and it's been over the past 40 years when video game was born. We all kind of miss Ralph Baer when he been passed away. And as a matter of fact, I always love to play Bust a Move. Bust a Move games is one of my favorites. Every Bust a Move game is like 1, 2, 3, 4, Super Bust a Move 1, Bust a Move Bash, and more. Because I have a perfectly high score, and I just imagine a thing positive, but they just got secret special bonus points. If you get 17 or more bubbles, you get 10 million points.
Don't give away your secrets.
I know.
Nobody ever said he was humble.
Thanks to all of you guys. Love you too.
So Sean Vincent, nominee for the class of 2019 Hall of Fame. Give him a hand. Come on.
Whoa.
Yeah!
Okay, is this still working now? Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
all very much.
So I was at an event. There they are. There they are. I was at an event, and this man walked up to me, and he was so intrigued by the old classic games because he had just recently made a handheld game for the mobile, for the phone, called Color Switch. And I quickly learned that he had made, first of all, he was an army medic in Iraq on the battlefield, dealing with battlefield injuries and stuff like that. To me, that shows a sign that a person is really plugged into humanity and is really there to support and be there for other people. But he did a huge swerve. He came back and he decided he wanted to design video games. And he had no background in it. He just studied books and read books on how to design video games. And he made 40 games that didn't do anything and failed. His 41st game, overnight, zoomed to the top of the apps chart, the apps rankings, outpacing Google and Facebook and everybody else, and before too long, had been downloaded 250 million times.
Wow!
Very big deal, very classic, amazing story. And he loved this so much, he wanted to be the sponsor to pay for all the food, all the cards, all the posters. This is David Reichelt. And this is his brother Chris Reichelt. And David Witt, where's David? David Witt. David Witt with his hand up. And where's the legendary Joe right now? Joe's over there. They are the Color Switch crew. And we spent the last 2 days with them. And we wanted you to be aware that there's cards, and Kyle, who's not here, he's one of the folks. We have cards for them, and the David Reichelt card this is the Chris Reichelt card. The David Reichelt card is someplace here. Someone handed it to us. You missed it. The red one. It looks like this. So make sure everybody gets David and Chris and Kyle's not here to sign your cards. Okay. Now that's one of the ground rules. I haven't passed cards out there yet. Really, you find the people and have them sign their cards for you. So that's how we're going to play this. So it makes it more easy to control and everything. So let's hear it for David. And David's going to be one of our MCs tonight. This is Chris. You got anything to say, Jerry? Okay. So let me start. I'm a little bit in disjunction with this over here, but I wanted to also next bring up a group of people who I'm really impressed in. Steve, get up here. Colleen, get up here.
Yay,
Tony, where are you? Oh, you guys get up here.
Colleen, where are you?
Oh, the Finland Olympic video game team. Come up here. Javi, get up here. Javi, where are you? Okay, so these guys are all on trading cards. Yeah, get up here. So we did trading cards for the gamers of Poland, the gamers of Argentina, the gamers of Australia, the gamers of, did I say Germany, the gamers of Brazil, the gamers of Denmark, the gamers of, in other words, there were 9, the gamers of Ghana, there were 9 different groups, and Javi came here to represent the Puerto Rican gamers, so he came from very far. These 3 folks came all the way from Finland for the party. They're representing the Finnish gamers.
Wow!
Steve and Colleen Greenberg, they came all the way from Australia. So other than people who are from Oxnard, these are the people from the farthest places away, okay? So, now, let's give them their awards. This is the difficult part. Well, anyway, there's 3 awards from Finland. And when you get your award in the frame, you can choose to leave your frame here if you want and just go on the airplane with it rolled up. So let's get the ones for you. And here's the card for the game. Here's the card for the gamers of Puerto Rico, and here's the card for you. And we'll pull them out of the pile in a second. I want to streamline this a little bit, and well, Steve, why don't I will come across your award shortly. We'll give it to you. Do not think we're organized tonight. Okay, any of you guys want to make a comment? David, color switch is going to conquer the world. Do you have any advice for the people from Finland, Puerto Rico, or Australia?
Yes, just be tenacious. I think skill level doesn't have as much of a factor as being tenacious and not giving up. The only real failure you can have in whatever you're doing is to stop actually doing the activity. And so if you just are a person who's tenacious, even if someone is more skilled than you, at some point you'll surpass that because if they give up before you do. Or if you don't give up and they do, then
I like that. And here are, where are they? The Finnish cards. Oh, you gave them to him? Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, like I said, I'm not organized. Thank you very much. Any of you people would like to make a statement on the microphone?
Thank you very much.
Is that working?
Yes, I think it is. Yeah. I was born in 1978, and I'm the child of the 80s. Back in the 80s in Finland, Paradise was in television series like Miami Vice and everything about California. And it's so surreal that now I'm in California with these gentlemen, these legends for today, and Billy Mitchell, of whom I've only seen in documentaries so far. And I haven't even known about their existence until about 10 years ago when I founded my own corporation, own company. We are the only video arcade operator in Finland. We have the most machines in there. Thank you. And through my work, I've learned to learn and acknowledge the huge tradition and the huge impact the arcade industry, the huge importance of the arcade industry here in the States. Back in Finland, the phenomena of arcade video games was so lame compared to what you guys have here. This is extraordinary, and I love every minute of it. And I love what I do because I get to play these games almost every day, unless they're broken. Thank you very much.
You want to say something, Gabby?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Walter Day's 70th birthday. The legend himself. I met him in Puerto Rico. When I met him, it's funny because I've been playing all my life. Been playing games like Halo, not the retro, but I guess somebody over here said it's considered retro now. Not over there. Not retro yet. But I met him and he was giving this speech about the history of gaming, right? And I see it and I didn't know who Walter Day was up to that point. So it's kind of awesome to know your roots and know how everything started. You got to make sure that's you.
Okay.
Walter this time.
I mean, not to be recognized by Walter.
Back here. Okay.
Yeah, stay in the back.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Good.
You this time.
Testing.
That was me.
Okay. Being recognized by Walter is amazing. Like a bucket list thing right there. Being on a card is pretty awesome. And then, of course, I want to recognize the Gamers of Puerto Rico. You'll see the card. You'll see their names in the back. You got Alexander, goes by Lego Mr. Panda, everything else. These people, we were all there for Hurricane Maria when it happened. And these people, I left to Florida. They stayed. And they're building Puerto Rico together. I helped them from Florida, everything else we can do. But really, they're the heroes of Puerto Rico. And I'm just glad to be here. Happy birthday. And it's amazing to be in your presence one more time.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Feliz cumpleaños, Walter.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That means happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. I've never had that wish to me and finished before.
There you go.
Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm done.
You're done? For tonight, or you're at the Commonwealth?
Okay, so we'll be at the Commonwealth in Australia. So we will be going there on August 6th to 20th to be part of the Australian Commonwealth. And we'll have a big award ceremony actually in Australia. So anyway, so thank you for coming, Steve. Thank you for coming, Colleen. Thank you for you guys coming. Thank you very much. And you, whoever you are, thank you for coming. Do you have any comments, Jerry, about the International Video Game Hall of Fame?
Thank you and good night.
Thank you and good night. Thank you very much.
Take time.
Okay. So the next ones are
Walter.
That's pretty cute.
okay.
He did say that was the first and only arcade in Finland, right?
Yes, we are the only arcade operator.
That is amazing.
Only
So,
arcade.
thank you for
Why
keeping
don't
that
you say
culture,
that, your mic?
alive in Finland. Great job.
Okay, everybody, sorry, just real quick announcement. For those trying to figure out where the actual stream of this is going on, you can just go on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, Empire Arcadia. So just check out Empire Arcadia on YouTube and you can actually see the stream.
I just don't want to get in trouble.
No, you're not going to get in trouble. Okay, so Triforce, please come here. Just make a statement about African eSports. There's a whole bunch of trading cards for African eSports champions. I'm going to turn them over to you. So why don't you make a comment and I'll give you the awards and the cards. And there's a lot of them here. We got to...
Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to show
These people
a
here.
great amount of thanks and gratitude for Walter Day. This is the week of his 70th birthday, and I want to thank Color Switch for making this even possible for everyone to come out and celebrate Walter Day's 90th trading card ceremony. The work that Walter does, I don't think a lot of people know, and the fact that it's not recognized, people don't really understand this type of work that Walter is doing. The value of this work that Walter is doing will not be recognized anytime soon. It'll be, unfortunately, long after Walter's gone. We just gotta hope that Walter gives us another, 70 years? And you'll be like 140, right? All right, so as long as he's here, we can enjoy the work that Walter has done for the community and for the industry of video games and esports. He has made trading cards representing players out of Africa. Habibu, Sule, and Wonder Kid are the first two esports players on the continent of Africa to actually receive video game trading cards from Walter. And the fact that Finland is here, Australia, Puerto Rico, from out of Jamaica, and then these players from Ghana just goes to show you that Walter's work has touched the entire planet. In fact, he's more known around the planet for what he's done in gaming from the 80s till now than any other video game industry company out there, bar Nintendo, but that's a different story. So, I definitely want to give Walter thank you for Sule's card, for Wonder Kid's card. I want to give a special thanks for representing or recognizing Jamaican players such as Orville Shannon. He has a card Also, Wayne Benjamin, who's a video game journalist in Jamaica, and you know how outside of America it's very difficult to find those type of people. The gentleman here, you said from Finland, right? And he's the only one with a coin-operated arcade in Finland. So these things are rare, and the fact that Walter provides this for everybody around the world inspires them to continue to do the work. One other player, this is Frank. They call him Wonder Kid. He's the best FIFA player in Ghana. So let's give a hand for all these guys in the African regions. Thank you. And finally, closing up, I was awarded a card from Walter as well. I just came back from Ghana in December, and we're working on trying to connect the entire world in just video games and esports, and I was awarded Ghana's International Esports Ambassador. So I'm working back on the motherland and throughout the entire world to help bring video games and push video games forward. And I can't wait till one day when all the greatest countries in the world, from China to India, the UK, the US, South America, which is Latin America, and Africa, will all be at the Olympics, and we'll be watching the real sports go down. So thank you, everybody.
This place that we're at, maybe some of you have not been here before, but there's essentially 1,200 coin-operated machines here. And the reason that this place is able to continue to operate is because of the amazing people who volunteer to keep it going, to make it happen. We have awards for 5 of those most important people, honoring them for their amazing contributions to making the Museum of Pinball what it is. So we have an award for Wayne Jenkins. Is Wayne here? We have an award for Roxana. I see you there, Roxana. Come on up here. We have an award for James C. Kelly. James C. Kelly here. We have an award for Jonathan Weeks. I know you're here someplace, Jonathan. Get up here. An award for Joe Ozaki. Where's Joe Ozaki? So John, why don't you come up here? John Weeks. Get up here. So essentially, we have awards for these different people who volunteer their services, their time, their help, their energy, their creativity, their skill set to make this place happen. But here's the genius who put it all together, John Weeks. The 1,200 games that you see on the property here, I mean, essentially they're all 99 or 100% of them are your own collection. This is his own collection. It just happens to be the size of a county fair, you know. So anyway, Roxana, where's your award? So we wanted to thank all these folks. We have trading cards right here. We're going to hand them to, here they are. We're going to hand them to you because you have free hands.
I'll put my cup down.
Put your cup down.
All right. I put my glasses on it to get sick of those.
Okay, would you folks like to say anything? Go say something.
Oh, I have not.
Go say something.
Happy birthday, Walter.
Thank you.
And you know, when my dad first started wanting to do this place, I thought he was crazy. And him still doing it, I actually think he's even crazier. So, but we really enjoy having all of the people out here for our 3 events we do every year: Arcade Expo, Pinball Madness, and In-Disc Tournament. So this place would not be possible without all the volunteers. There's more than just the 5 of us. There's literally over 80, maybe 90 volunteers that come here and help work on the machines and keep the place going. So thanks to all of you guys for coming out, and thanks for all the support, and happy birthday.
Well. Happy birthday, Walter. This is a very exciting moment. I've been to Ottawa, where his hometown is. I've seen his original arcade. I've walked the streets. I felt the excitement. Saw Triforce there. I'm just overwhelmed by all you people coming today and to celebrate this time. We're so thankful for all you guys and all the volunteers that help keep this place running. We couldn't do it without you. And I'm just very excited for the whole gaming community, because it's just an amazing uphill battle to keep it going. But I can see the end of the tunnel here now, especially with Walter. Thank you, Walter.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter, and happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll find it. We'll work real quick. Okay, let's do some. We actually made a PowerPoint thing for it, but if we actually use the PowerPoint, it'll slow it down even more. So I'm going to just work around it and make creative groups. And you see that we're bringing up groups at a time because we gotta have cake tonight. Ice cream tonight. There's a lot of cake and ice cream. There's 3 cakes here. This cake here on the end, $150 cake. It's organic, vegetarian, organic sugar, non-GMO, non-gluten, organic. I already said organic sugar. And so these 2 are from like local supermarkets. So they're kind of different. They have diesel fuel in them. Okay, so
with that, we're down to 137.
Kaylin, get up here. Where's Kaylin? Kaylin, get up here. Kaylin, get up here. Kaylin, get up here. Okay, let's get. We're gonna do some creative groups now. There's Kaylin. Jay Forster, get up here, Jay Forster. There's Chris Campbell here. Chris Campbell here. Chris Campbell here. Going once, going twice. Chris Campbell. Campbell going once, going twice. Chris Campbell. Are you here for Chris? Okay. Motus Glasses. Okay. Okay, we're gonna. Okay. So what do these people have in common? They represent different facets of this amazing gaming community, because it stopped becoming just a business industry a long time ago and actually became like an expression of our lives. It's actually an amazing culture which has grown to becoming an amazing community. And Moto Glass here, he's famous because he commemorates the history of the culture in etched glass, and has become like a phenomenon throughout the worldwide video game industry. And Chris Campbell, he put his genius and his energy behind creating the definitive auction house that supports the growth of the classic industry or whatever industry, just the coin-op industry, so that it becomes a viable. He's like the bloodstream. Recycling. He's like the bloodstream of the whole video game industry because he's able to keep things moving, alive, current, and relevant, and also make it a business that works for everybody involved, whether you're a buyer or a seller, or a collector or a renovator. So it's amazing what Chris does. Kaylin and Jay to me are very similar, not simple. Similar, because they that's good. They represent like a substrata of the whole gaming community. And I realized this when I was at the Retro City event that's put on by Steve Torres and Matthew Vasquez. And his games were all over the floor. Some of your games were there too, weren't they? Your games are here. But Jay's games were all over the place. And when anything needed to be done or fixed or tweaked or moved or whatever or brought in, Jay was there to do it. And he did it with a smile, and he did it because he loved it, because he was part of that incredible bedrock of lots and lots of people, a growing number of people, who were there to make this hobby, culture, community what it is. So there are people out there who are brilliant, who do brilliant things, create incredible things. But to me, the richest asset for this whole community are the people who are really the underlying bedrock, who just devote their time and their energy as a free gift to the rest of us to make it happen. So let's hear it for these people. I'm looking at my.
Can I say one more
Oh, yeah. One word?
One word.
Glass?
Thanks.
I am Moto Glass, and you know, Walter gives so much to this community, more than anybody. And as a thank you and as a birthday gift, I took a high resolution black and white photo of him and I etched it on this glass for him.
Oh.
And I found his signature and etched that on it. And then I made it #1.
Nice.
Now this is very nice. Now, I guess
You're not gonna put it on eBay, are you?
no. I guess that means that every day I can have a glass of Walter. Thank you very much. Very honored. Thank you very much. This is so cool. And this is what's so fun for me to see the amazing things that come out of people's lives that they bring to the culture that grows to become this community. So thank you very much. And your cards are up here, and this is further. Okay, so I'll tell you what, there's the Moto Glass card. Thank you. We need someone full-time to be finding these. Okay, anyway, we will find them as the minutes go on, and we will deliver them. We'll send them to you by Federal Express. Okay, so let's bring some more people up here. Who are we going to bring up here? I'm going to do a photograph. I'll get on the front. I'll get on the right hall now. Who are you people? Superman.
Should be proud of that.
I got mine.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Every time I do this. Oh my God. Look at that. The James C. Kelly trading card. Unbelievable.
Joe!
You wouldn't believe, wait a minute, everybody. You wouldn't believe how long he successfully avoided this happening, right, Ken?
Yes.
Okay, we finally got you, James C. Kelly. James C. Kelly is one of the geniuses that makes this whole place work. Thank you. Let's hear for James C. Kelly. And Joe Zaki. Dr. Jenkins.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on today's show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Did Joe get his too?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So these are the people earlier who we were trying to honor, who they were out doing what we're talking about, taking care of things and making it all happen. So let's
We got to keep this aisle way open so people can walk through.
let's bring Steve and Matthew up here.
Thank you.
Let's bring Steve and Matthew up here.
Hey, Jay.
Steve.
Congratulations.
Matthew's here someplace, isn't he?
Bring one chair down. Good.
And Lanny, come up here. Lanny? There you are. This is Lanny. Stephen, yours is only Stephen, the other room. Over there. You hold that? Mine? What am I doing? Okay. So Steve and Matthew are the geniuses behind Retro City Festival. It's held every January in Pomona. And Lonnie Windsor is from New Jersey, and she's the creator of the New Jersey Comic Con. So these folks have put an incredible skill set, their love of the hobby, the community, to make events that just nourish and make the whole community, the whole culture, the whole hobby grow. So we're so honored to honor you folks with the incredible contributions that we make. And who would like to say something? Microphone?
First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's Walter's birthday, and he decides to recognize all of us, which is awesome. That just shows how humble he is. It's kind of like the same token we take out for what he does. We want to make sure we do things for other people, and I don't want to be recognized. I didn't want to wish or any of that. I just worked hard and did what I wanted and what I did what I love. And it's really nice to be recognized by somebody like Walter, someone I've been looking up to for years. I own an arcade, a few arcades with Matt too as well. Other than City Fest, and it's just been a big dream to be recognized by somebody like Walter and everybody coming out. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, another thank you to Walter. So humbled to be able to participate in a ceremony like this. It's an amazing experience to be involved in a community with so many people who share the same passion, and I'm glad that I get to experience it on a daily basis. So thank you.
Walter, I just want to say thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you.
And when Walter first asked me to come out for the celebration of his birthday and to get this award, I was like, of course. And I said, when is it? And he said, May 18th. And I said, oh, that's my birthday. Oh. So my biggest claim to fame actually is that I share a milestone birthday with Walter. Thank you. And it's wonderful to have been asked to be part of this. We have a great weekend in July. We're having our 7th New Jersey Gamer Con at the end of July. We have classic arcades and newer stuff people make and old consoles, new consoles, all that stuff. But I think the common thread here that we all seem to share is the love of the community, gaming, bringing people together for a fun time. That's what it's all about. And this is a great group of people, and Walter, you're fantastic for getting everybody together. So thank you, and happy birthday.
Anybody? Cameron? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Ralph, could you come up here? Ralph. There you are, Ralph. Barry Joe, could you come up here? Yeah. Oh yeah. You're very welcome. Jeff, could you come up here? Jeff Peters? So, Barry, Ralph, and Jeff share something in common. They've been all part of the industry of creating games. They've all been, they have the roots deep inside themselves, come up with just creative principles that can be turned into game design. So they all share that common experience of having grown up through the amazing adventure of being a part of the game design industry. So while I dig out your awards, who would like to say something?
No, you first. I've been an avid gamer since I was a little kid. I worked on all the Tony Hawk games, the first 8 Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. I'm actually in the middle of doing a documentary on the game series, and I was able to contact Walter, and he actually gave us an interview, a great interview for the film. So it'll be out by the end of this year. Check it out on the internet, THPS Film. But I've always been an avid gamer. Walter, thank you for inviting me, for the recognition, and happy birthday. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Walter, happy birthday again. Thank you. So I first met Walter back in the early 80s, and inadvertently I have to credit him for saving me as a career from being a lawyer. Yeah. So I worked at this arcade called Starship Video, and it was in Upland, California, so ways from here. And we heard about this Twin Galaxies thing. We were already tracking high scores in all of our games and stuff, and
hey, now we have a way to figure out, well, who's the best in the world. So my first experience meeting Walter was actually calling in our high scores and what our players were doing to the Galaxy in Ottumwa, and building a massive high scoreboard for all the players there. So it was wonderful to be able to write things. Who's first in the world, who's second, who's third, that type of thing. That was great for our players there. And at one point, Walter and his players from Ottumwa came out to visit Starship Video, compared notes on playing games, tried to set some high scores, which was a pretty cool thing. And that kind of started my relationship with Walter from there. So it was nice to go back and think of the early days of gaming and how competitive we were. And then have gone on to do all the other fun stuff in the industry since then. So it's been a fun journey, Walter, and happy to have made your acquaintance some 50-some years ago. 60 years ago. No, 50.
When you were 10?
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Very good.
Boy, I didn't expect to speak, but I'll go ahead and say a few words. I was very surprised to have to speak, but I tell you that I think I deserve an award for bringing the most family and friends. When Walter asked me to come, I was shocked and surprised because I was mainly asking him about where can I shop my game around. It's like I didn't realize there was a whole community around this, and he said, "Wow, that's a really neat thing that you're making." And I didn't know that there was such a community around this, and I had to, embrace it because I don't know. I was always focused on my art rather than trying to meet people. And Walter was such a nice person, and I tell you, I can't imagine a better emissary than him. So anyway, if you'd like to meet and talk about art, the games and whatnot, and my family, we're over there. We've got 7 seats, and I'm so happy to be here. And thank you, Walter.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's do a photograph here. Let's put a stranger in this one.
You're so cool. You go.
Thank you very much. Is Dan Kitchen here? Dan Kitchen? Thank you for coming. So Dan Kitchen would be honored also because he's one of the most very amazingly prolific game designers ever worked with. A lot of these awards we'll be sending to the mail, so we'll catch up with that. And unbelievably, I actually found the Steven Gruber Award, but he left. Isn't he on an airplane back to Australia already? Come and get it. I'm afraid to walk out there until it costs feedback. Okay. So Jack Danger, get up here. Okay. So Jack is one of the stars of the pinball world. So we have some wonderful pinball people who, first of all, there's your award, Jack.
My man.
And Jack is accepting on behalf of Mike Binnicourt, who is here someplace.
It's literally, oh, he's right there.
Okay, Mike Binnicourt. So he's taking us back from Mike Binnicourt back to Chicago, who's at other event. Is that the Pacific Pinball? Is that what he said?
He's at the Golden State. I believe that's happening right now.
Isn't this amazing? He doesn't even need a microphone.
Hey everybody, how's it going tonight?
No microphone is needed. This is amazing. And there's Louise here. Who's accepting on behalf of Louise? Louise Wagensona. Anyway, she's one of the top lady pinball players in the world right now. So we're honoring her. And someone was supposed to be taking her award home, so we'll have this here if they show up, okay? And then is Bob Matthews here. Bob Matthews is the longest standing, longest running pinball champion in pinball history. He's been competing since, Dan, was it 78 or 77 or 75? Wow. So we have an award card for him. And for years, I kept promising to have the award for him Finally, somebody's not here, so.
I think you might be competing right now.
So, Jack, the microphone is yours.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So, like, absolutely out of control to be recognized for anything, let alone something. I love you. You said that. Hey, hello. Hey. Yeah. Thank you so much, Walter. This is like out of control, man. Like 70 years old. You look amazing, by the way, brother. I tried the meditation stuff that you do, and I have too many bad thoughts roaming around in my head. Like, let me settle down. Yeah, pinball. If you guys don't play pinball, you really should get out there and start playing. I've been streaming pinball for many years, and actually today is my four-year anniversary on Twitch of being partnered with Twitch and bringing that pinball content. I've been streaming for about 5 years, but Twitch recognized me as like an entity. When I first started streaming pinball, it was sort of against their terms of service that I was playing something that wasn't a video game. And I had to trick their API in order to let me play pinball. And I would change it to pinball, and it would kick me off the internet every 30 minutes, and I'd have to set it back up. And after too long, we had a nice conversation. They're like, you're actually doing something that's branching out from just, broadcasting a video game. You're allowing, opening up the doors to, people can play shuffleboard now and stuff. It's all about like having just a camera out there and doing your thing. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Walter, I love you. Everyone out there, thank you for being here. This has been awesome. My first time here at the Pinball Museum here in Manning, and I'm coming back every chance I get. So thank you.
Thank you. Photograph.
Just look up Dead Flip on the internet. You'll find me.
So you can watch it stream.
Yeah.
Okay, get the photograph.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me get this.
This is a great thing he's doing. Great thing he's doing.
Brother, thank you so much, man.
Here's your card, Jack. Now remember the card. For you to get autographed cards, you have to go to the people giving them the cards to. Yeah, they're sharp as someplace.
We'll find them. Oh, we're still in the corner.
I got a couple.
Okay. So, Mark, would you like to come up? I got interviewed by Mark Cameron for EGM magazine back in 2013, I think it was. And it was a really nice article. It was a lovely, friendly, kindly article, and he also is a smart writer. He's a great example of a video game journalist. We have an award for you. Here's the card. And let's figure out what the award is. It's got Mark Cameron. I think he might be. He's in this file or this file. He might be in this file. Would you like to talk while we're looking for your award? Like I said, we're not organized, but.
My award, not my words, Walter's words. Pioneering video game journalist, which means I'm old. I've been doing this for 27 years, and I've been playing games since my mom put me down in front of a Pong machine at a bar in the early 70s, because it was the early 70s. Children were at bars. There's 5 people responsible for me being here. There are 3 journalists, if people are familiar, Arnie Katz, Bill Kungle, and Joyce Worley, AKW. They started the first video game magazine in the early 80s called Electronic Games. And when I first started, it was to help them bring that magazine back and give it another run. They were wonderful people. Unfortunately, Joyce and Bill are no longer with us. Arnie is still up and kicking. The others are Steve Harris, who started Electronic Gaming Monthly magazine out of a garage, and for some reason hired this 25-year-old who showed up in Chicago and said, "Give me a job or I'm sitting outside your building until you do." And he didn't have me arrested, and instead he gave me a job, and it's worked out. I'm still working for it. And finally, I gotta thank my wife, who let me move her from Denver to Chicago
so I could sit outside a building and try to get a job to write about video games, which seemed utterly ridiculous at the time. But thanks to everybody who supports the industry. Thank you, Walter, and happy 70th birthday to you.
Thank you.
And I know print magazines aren't around so much anymore, but keep reading your online sites, read print when you can, and just keep playing.
Steve Harris, the founder and publisher of EGM, is supposed to be here, but he's not here yet. Now, Dean, please come up here. Where are you, Dean? Dean, get up here.
Dean Wenzel, we finally meet.
There's Sean and Megan Livernosh here. Sean and Megan Livernosh. Anybody here representing them? Well, not here? Okay.
Everybody, since it's a good crowd here right now, I'd like to take this opportunity before anyone leaves. We haven't done it yet. I know it's usually done when we get the cake. But would everybody stand up and give me a rendition of Happy Birthday for Walter right now? It's such a good crowd. All right? Help me out. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Walter. Happy birthday to you. Yeah!
How to get that done?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. So we're getting close. We're getting close because we're almost done with the awards for the people who are here. So we're about to have to take an ice cream. Yeah.
There's only 2 hours left.
Okay. Well, is anybody here from James Games?
Hey, Walter, I got a special gift for you. Yeah.
Oh my God! A white Nintendo hat. Can I put it on now?
Go for it. Go for it.
This is great. So Faithy, get up here.
Faithy, come here.
Thank you very much.
Also, I'd like to take this time out to thank somebody that hasn't been thanked yet. Ken, DJ Ken, he's the one who did all the hard work to get this event off the ground. That man, yes, not only is he wearing stripes, just like Walter, but he put in a lot of hard work, and he's the one we should all thank as well. Thank you, Ken. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ken.
One second, you haven't finished, Dean. Walter, let's continue with Dean Wenzel.
So you have no idea how much work Dean, DJ Ken did to make this happen. All the details were created by him. So this is amazing. Thank you. I couldn't have been lucky to have that kind of point person doing it all. So Dean Wenzel, here's your card, Dean Wenzel. Thank you very much. Dean Wenzel, Mike Thompson, get up here. Doesn't Mike have the greatest spear? Is that the best spear ever? Can you tell us apart? So, Mike Thompson he's the Arcade Galaga world record holder. That still stands even now, isn't it? George just got beat. Okay, but he was, as of 15 minutes ago, he was the Arcade Galaga world record holder, which is very amazing, because the Galaga world record holder, that's right, the time this pretty much high. Yeah. So essentially, the Galaga world record was so high already that it had stalled and no one could even consider matching it or beating it for 25 years, 30 years, I can't even remember now anymore. So this was a big deal that Mike was able to beat the Galaga world record. So we are very honored, because this goes back to the original core reason Twin Galaxies existed. And that was to recognize the champions and honor them and make them arcade household words or arcade words, whatever, but anyway, so congratulations. So let's hear it for Mike. Is it working?
Who's who?
Oh, yeah.
Which
Does
one's
he hear
who?
them? Does he hear them? Okay, because I have his word right up here. There's a word up here. So, Dean Wenzel. Dean Wenzel is one of the main arcade people in the Midwest. He boldly is in the process of developing an arcade there in Oklahoma City. So, maybe in the past nothing was happening in Oklahoma City, but he's making things happen now because he is the premier voice of the classic arcade industry in his region, and fast becoming a crossroads, a destination. Billy and Billy are going to go there and do something at his place in Oklahoma City because it's a cool development to have a very progressive, very dynamic, classic arcade opening up in the Midwest. So let's hear it for Dean Wenzel. Lonnie, get up here. Lonnie, the legendary Lonnie. So Lonnie is not only one of the greatest joust players in the history of the arcade industry, but he turned it into something that was even beyond a cottage industry. He actually went on a major joust odyssey, where he's up like 210? 212. 213. That's the 213th machine there. So essentially what it is most people can't reach 9,999,999 points. But as a rule of thumb, he does that on every machine he can find and turns it over so that it brings up to 999. I guess you pause right there. So that essentially he's done that now on 212, soon to be 213 different joust machines.
He's actually done it in all 50 states.
Now the reason this is important, because everywhere he goes, he becomes an ambassador for the culture of the classic arcade age, and re-inspires people to play the games, but also gets people interested in how valuable that culture was, and just how numerous generations grew up with that culture, and how dear it is to their heart, and also what a great learning experience is for computer literacy and for what have you, to be involved in classic games. So he's like an ambassador who inspires people and creates an incredible amount of public relations and media attention, brought back to the old modality of Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Centipede, Tempest, and Joust. So you speak, I'm dumb. Jerry.
So, I have to mention what a pin this is on his lapel. Look at this. Hall of Famer right here. So, Lonnie's been really instrumental with us this year. We're making a lot of changes with the Hall of Fame, and a lot of his ideas and guidance is taking us to the next level. So, I'd like to give him a personal thank you for hanging in there and giving us your heart and your ideas. And thank you for all of that. So, with that, you're up.
Happy birthday, Walter. Being originally from Iowa, there's a long-standing thing that when you have a birthday, everybody in the room has to spank you. It's going to be painful, that's all I can say. I noticed there are a whole bunch of jousts I've already played represented in this room, and it's been a pleasure playing at your arcades, at your houses, in your cold storage. Just about anything you can imagine, I've been there playing it, including my back being rained on in the garage one day. But I look to be at 300 joust machines in 2022 in July, which is the 40th anniversary of joust. It'll be fun.
So Faithy, where are you, Faithy? Get up here, Faithy. So I want you and Mike to post side by side, because you're both video game champs. So Faithy is the doodle jump champion. You hold this, and you turn this way for the photograph.
And you can hear David, I'll go over here. So, and you can say whatever you'd like to say, Faithy, because Faithy has literally grown up in a video game environment. From her earliest memories involved growing up in her father, Richie Knuckles arcade in Flemington, New Jersey. So essentially, she's probably going to be a superstar gamer. She's probably going to be a movie star. She's probably going to be a game designer. And she's probably going to go to college. She's probably going to go up in the space shuttle. All sorts of stuff like that.
You know how in school, when you're little, you're supposed to write a paragraph, and they put it on the wall of what you want to be when you get older? So I'm walking through a school to find hers, and I know her handwriting, so I found her right away. And my father is suffering from cancer, but he's beating it. That's not the full story. Faye says on her story, it says, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a scientist and hopefully cure cancer. And if that doesn't work out, I'll run my dad's arcade.
That's great. Thank you, Faithy.
You're probably wondering how we know she's the champion on Doodle Jump.
Doodle Jumps are a modern arcade game that are mostly at Dave & Buster's and places like that. The one that we go to very often, and we've been recording and watching and trying to find the secrets. If there are 3 monsters on the screen when it opens up, that means it's on the hardest setting. If there's 2 monsters, it's like medium setting. If there's 0 monsters, then it's the easiest settings. If you go on YouTube and look, a few people have posted videos of beating the easiest level. Well, she's played it on the hardest level. I called Eugene Jarvis. Eugene Jarvis is a friend of mine. He owns Raw Thrills. I asked him if I was correct, and like that's absolutely correct. And his exact words were, "We didn't think it was possible to beat the game on the hardest setting with the 3 monsters in the beginning." So that's why she's the champion of Doodle Jump. Only known one. I'm a proud dad.
Dean, would you like to say something, please?
Hello. So I'm originally from London, England, and if you think I talk funny, then that's probably why. John, what a great place. You know, when you open an arcade and you think you've got one of the finest arcades around, and you come to a place like this, you know. What can I say? But awesome. I think it's destined to do really good things. I think this is only the beginning for you guys. From just walking around tonight, my first time here, what I've seen, very, very impressed. I think you're doing a great job. Can't believe the amount of games you got, the amount of pinball machines you have. That's pretty awesome. One of the things I do want to do, it's not a plug, we're not selling anything. Arcade Exchange is a group around on Facebook. If you do get opportunity to get on there, it's really about collectors. We don't have tens of thousands of people. It's a free marketplace. We limit what we sell as far as you know. There's no emulators, no motor games, no stuff like that. It's enthusiasts looking out for enthusiasts. We tried to pick up on what eBay used to be and what it is now. And one of the things we do take pride in is you can post wanted ads. So if you're looking for a rare game part, stuff like that, post a wanted ad. It's amazing to see somebody has this part sitting in their garage, and you know, $20, and all of a sudden you resurrect that $10,000 game. So if you guys can support that, if you're looking for stuff, it's a good resource to find classic games. Color Switch people, haven't had a chance to talk to you yet, but I don't keep up with modern gaming, but my kid actually played Color Switch some while back and made me sit there and play it, and I was just kind of looking at it and I was like, this is great. And then when I found out you guys were going to be here, probably should have taken a little bit more interest in that, but thank you so much for putting this event on.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you. Okay. Kelly. Hector Kellogg. enjoyment. Yeah. I think this was like the purple card. What was here? We'll find it. Otherwise, either. So here you go, Johnny. So here's something interesting about the video game industry that has grown to become a culture, that's grown to become a community, and that we are the first generation, we still are the ones who actually founded the age of cyberspace, the age of making video games part of our lifestyle, part of our world, the things we do, and the things we share. And in doing that, sharing this, creating this community, we are the face of the birth of the video game age. And a long time in the future, people are going to be very interested in who the people were. You behave yourself. Who the people were, and all the people who just converged on making this happen. And so therefore, many colorful personalities who are very important and constructive in their contributions deserve to be honored. And here are some of those personalities. Jared Kaloff and Johnny D. Albert, two very striking, interesting people who are part of this culture, part of the community, who contribute to make this community, this culture grow better and better and better, and be just a more phenomenal experience for all of us. So you guys, go to the mic and start talking. Jared, by the way, was instrumental in getting together the PowerPoint presentation that was done in an earlier ceremony last Tuesday night in Fairfield, Iowa. So he actually put the whole thing together and made it happen. And the one that was done for this night, that was kind of like circumventing because it was slowed down from it, was done with the help of Chris Reichelt, who's been sitting there quietly behind this, who was very, very important in making this version, this iteration of the PowerPoint available for this presentation. But Jared, Lou, Johnny, would you like to say something? Hello. I just want to thank everybody over the years who's supported my comics, my artwork. You know, I started out during a very dark time, and all the friends that I've made in this community have been like a huge support. I mean, they've gotten me through like a really dark period, Walter included. You know, if it weren't for him, he inspired me into getting into meditation, which made a huge difference in my life. And you know, it blows my mind that all the people who followed my comics in the beginning, a lot of them are here. You know, so thank you very much, guys. I really, really appreciate all you've done for me.
I have one on my wall in the arcade.
Hey everyone, we've been here a long time, so I'll keep this short. First of all, big thanks to Walter. This has been said already, but it's his birthday and he's doing all this for us, which is ridiculous because we should be doing all of this for him. That's what I think. Second of all, I didn't even know why. He actually called me up, sent me a message and said he's going to give me an award. I said, why? What did I do? I actually asked him, what did I do? I asked Billy too. I said, what did I do? I don't understand why you're giving me an award. I ask myself every day. I broke something. So, the only thing that I do, I mean, I've got some skills here and there, and the only thing I do is when they need help, they ask me and I do it. You know, if I can do it, I do it, and that's all I do. That's it. So, if that means I get an award, then cool. The last thing I want to mention is I really miss Joel West.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I miss him, and it's just not the same place without him around. It really isn't. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Matt. Good photograph. Thank you very much. Thank you, you guys. Dan, could you come up here? This is very dear to my heart. Dan has been pioneering and creating a charity project where they go and they fund and they make available good quality pinball machines in children's museums so that children who are going through a lot of challenging difficulties in their health are able to have a fun release and just a sense of relief and just a sense of hope and fun from playing video games and getting inspired by the fun experience of playing video games while they're in that very challenged environment. So here's the award for the Project Pinball charity. Give it to Dan. Dan, go to the mic. No one does it better than you. I'm truly honored to be honored by such a gentleman, Walter Day. He means a lot to me. He's an inspiration to giving. And what our charity does is we give back to the patients at the children's hospitals in Ronald McDonald House across the United States. When I seen Walter earlier this month, I told him that I wanted to come out here to celebrate his 70th birthday. And he asked me what he could do for me in return. That's the way Walter is. I told him a piece of birthday cake. And that's what got me out there. And then all of a sudden he announced that we would get our second car because he wanted to allow me to get progress on how our charity mission is going. When I first met Walter, we had 10 machines across the United States. We now have 40 across the United States. We're about to place 10 more by the end of July. And this is all because of the community support that we have. So thank you very much for everybody supporting what we do. Plus, out there, I need to get Walter to sign his cards for me. Thank you. Autograph? Please. Oh, yeah. Come on. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for showing us all that you do. Is Cindy Morgan here? Or Will Wheaton here? Okay, so yep, there are trading cards officially issued for Will Wheaton and Cindy Morgan. And Will Wheaton's agent said he can't come tonight, but he's so flattered by this, so just send the card and the award over. So we're going to send it over to his office. And we also made a copy to hang here in the Trading Card Museum, which is just around the corner, which is another amazing thing that DJ Ken did with his creativity, and that was help. So DJ Ken, before we're done here tonight, about the Trading Card Museum at some place around one of these halls. So there's actually a trading card museum that's been created by them to honor this trading card project, and DJ Ken was absolutely the instrument of making it all happen and redesigning it, putting this stuff on the wall, man. That's what I'm saying. Is Tom Villeg's here? Tom, are you still here? There's Tom. Tom, we just ran out of frames. But here is your trading card award. Tom is one of the 6 people who are very important in making this whole Museum of Pinball work and do it. So thank you so much, Tom. You're over here for photograph. Okay. Who's your girlfriend? Now, oh, that's very cool. Thank you. Lonnie's donating his frame to you, Tom. Tom just said he's not going to eBay his award. Thank you for doing this, Lonnie. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Lonnie. Okay. Now this next award is very dear to my heart. Because some of you may know that not only do we create the trading cards for the video game and pinball industry, but there's also a big series. Can we get the photograph here? There's a big series of biographical trading cards that we create. And in that series of trading cards, we have like George Washington and Mickey Mantle and, Alexander Graham Bell and Nikolai Tesla. And now we have someone new we're adding to this series of biographical trading cards, someone who is actual local, but who's become an icon in the local popular culture. Would you believe that someone local here is the sheriff of Ghost Town and Knott's Berry Farm? And everywhere you go now, get up here, Mike Hardy. Everywhere you go now. Is this a surprise to you, Mike? Holy smoke, we actually pulled off a surprise tonight. I thought you knew. Here it is. We have a picture on the card, the biographical card of Mike as Mike Deadwood Hardy, and he is the one that you see on the billboards around Southern California, dressed up as the sheriff of Ghost Town and Knott's Berry Farm, a tremendous cultural icon now, and they've chose you as the promotional put forward for this area to advertise Ghost Town, and he is. 11 years he's been the sheriff now of Ghost Town. This is so amazing. And he gave me a sheriff's badge deputizing me about 2 hours ago. And all this stuff there, and I have no idea where it is right now. But let's find the award. Did you find the award for him? Looking for Mike's. Here it is. So there it is. Mike and his Sheriff of Ghost Town Award. And one time when I visited him a few years ago, they actually dressed me up as one of his hombres, put a badge on me, and he deputized me. And I walked the streets of Ghost Town with him as one of the cowboys. And the whole thing got recorded. And Kenny has it someplace, I think. So I'm kind of in awe. This is so cool to me, the Sheriff of Ghost Town, because I went to Knott's Berry Farm in 1955. Anybody go earlier than 55? I'll bet no one went earlier than 55. So I'm probably
Nobody's old enough.
Congratulations. So thank you, Mike. Thank you. This is so great.
I'm very honored, and I'd like to thank everybody. Thank you, Kenny Hardy, for being involved in all this and introduce me to all you cool people, including Mr. Day here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And what's also cool about it is that Kenny, his son, pulled it off. That is so cool.
Hey, Walt, explain this one.
I just found the badge. The badge was in my pocket. So I'm a deputy sheriff now for Knott's Berry Ghost Town. Now, nobody's here from the Hair of the Dog cast, are they?
So there's a bunch of awards we have here for people who haven't shown up. But Trey, why don't you get up here? Trey is a really smart person. As my friends who come here, who I'll introduce you to in a few minutes, they were noting how clear his eyes are. He's got a tremendous clarity, and he's so smart. Trey is the one. Well, you've done a ton of stuff, but one of the things that has been most noteworthy in the gaming genre, the gaming convention, is that he created the programming / cinematic side of the amazing contest they do for the annual Tetris Championship. So Richie, have you ever seen what they do for that contest? I don't know, I guess you're gone now. But essentially, it's one of those amazing things where he just combined video along with software programming to make an incredible presentation for a really, really engaging contest experience with the audience for all the people who are watching. So, is there anybody else we need to call? Or just you, Trey? Oh, Steve, get up here, Steve. So we're digging for your award. It's in here someplace. I think it's in one of the boxes down at the end. The cards are right. Here they are. This is what the picture looks like. The award's in there. I've seen it a couple times.
Just want to take this moment to thank Walter for making all these cards, of course, making my card. And, oh.
Here it is here.
I want to thank everyone who plays Tetris at our tournaments, and there are two main organizers, Vince Clemente and Adam Cornelius, and it's always a great experience. If anyone, it's going to be important this October. We'll have another tournament this year, and you can also catch us on YouTube, the Classic Tetris channel. And I guess I should thank my wife, who's, I think she's watching right now. Thank you for putting up with all the time I put into this stuff.
Thank you. You got the camera. Everybody out. Oh, good, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much, Trey. Thank you for all that you do. So, Connor, where are you sitting? Connor, get over here. Is Victor here also? Oh, Victor, get over here. Oh, Connor and Victor. Do you want to say it now? Okay. So, I met Connor and I met Victor at the Retro City Festival in last January. And I was very impressed with what they were doing because they were re-enlivening just the whole paradigm of gaming contests, making it more accessible to more people, and also making it something that was just more penetrating to the community, making more people get interested in being involved. A lot of people want to be involved in competitive gaming, but they may not easily have a place to accommodate them or turn to. And they've been very actively creating an organization called Game Crossing LLC, which, in fact, Victor, I think you quit your job to do this full time, didn't you? Essentially, to make a whole program of competitive eSports gaming for some pretty young people too. So it's not just the higher end people or you know what I mean? So we are honored. We have awards for you folks. We have cards for you. I just put them right here. There you go.
Victor, here's the card. We're digging for the award. And here's the card for name crossing. And would you like to say something?
Hi everybody, it's really an honor. Thank you, Walter, again. Happy birthday as well. Walter, he just really has just this eye to just look at anything in the community, anything and everything, and just have the most positive point of view. He can just point out the positive in just about anything that he can look at, and I think that's something really awesome that Walter does for ourselves at Game Crossing and the community as well. Walter, thank you again. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I've been working so hard within the esports industry. Thanks to Victor. Victor really introduced me to it. I went to one of the Game Crossing tournaments all the way back in 2016, like 3 years ago. And ever since, I've just been a huge fan of just esports and getting myself involved. And I really want to thank Victor for that. It means a lot to me. And it's really awesome. Ouch. No worries, dude. It's your birthday. It's cool. It's cool. Party favor. All right. But it's really awesome to actually get some recognition. I feel like a lot of things within the gaming community and pinball community, they're really underrepresented. They don't get as much recognition, especially with esports. There's a lot that goes unnoticed, kind of behind the scenes, and for the Arcadian level, which is what Victor and the team at Game Crossing work with a lot. But it's super awesome to get this card. It's a huge honor, and I just want to thank everybody for being here and just acknowledging what we do. It means a lot. That's all I gotta say. So thank you. Thank you.
I also want to thank Walter and the community that's come out tonight to honor all these cards. I started Game Crossing in my garage with the neighborhood kids to keep off the street. Competitive gaming in the esports industry has become a culture for our youth society, and we're introducing platforms and pathways for careers in broadcasting, live entertainment, and competitive esports gaming. I couldn't have done what I've done without the support of the people that have been in my life. My wife, the Retro City clan over there, those guys are awesome. I don't think Game Crossing would have been exposed as much as we have if it wasn't for those guys. And Walter giving this great award and for us to be able to share it with a bunch of people going back home. So thank you for coming tonight. Connor's a great kid. He'll continue to do well in this industry. Game Crossing is also going to dominate when it comes to youth competitive gaming and broadcasting in the West Coast, and we will become that staple that's needed for this industry. Thank you. Thank
you. Everybody, can I have your attention? This is pretty important to me. If you look on the screen to my right is a person. Her name is Kayla. Does anyone in here remember Kayla? Raise your hand if you remember Kayla. Kayla was one of the best Donkey Kong player, female Donkey Kong player. She achieved over 500,000 points. She was a staple at every event I did. Anything I did, she came to. In the very end, we got very close. And she's going to be in the upcoming movie No Princess at the Castle, as well as she appeared in my film. I don't know if anybody sees and knows the King of Arcades. She was actually at the early Kong-offs. Kong-off 2 is when she started playing Donkey Kong with her boyfriend at the time, Kenny Doc. And unfortunately, why Walter was on the fence about talking about this, she didn't have a funeral or anything. She recently passed, and we lost her last year. And I wanted to just honor her today with maybe 5 seconds of silence. Is that okay with everybody? And just know we lost one of the best female gamers. If there's a woman or a girl out there that loves Donkey Kong and would honor me other than my daughter Faithy and learn how to play Donkey Kong and compete in the next Kong-off, that would be really good, because we need more girls involved in this hobby. More girls that can really, girls are good at Tetris, right? The games like that. but we girls have played Donkey Kong, which isn't really a female game. But anyway, for Kayla Rose, here at Walter's birthday, who she loved Walter. Not as much as me, but really close. If we could have, like, give me 5 seconds of silence, please. You ready? Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. She meant a real lot to me, as you can tell. Would you take the pictures? Look at these other pictures of her. That's her with Walter. See? And then one other.
Thank you. Thank you, you guys.
That was like a week before she passed. Kayla Rose. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess you want me to tell you, we're actually going to continue with documentary on Game Crossing, and we're actually getting a lot of credit with our attention with Fox 11. So keep a watch out for Game Crossing, guys. Thank you.
Be on the lookout.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Is Scott David here? Scott David. Oh, right. Okay. Scott is like Dean and other people and Megan at high scores. They are part of that. It's like there's like a cycle going on in creation. There's a cycle going on in the community and culture, and he's part of that new culture, that new cycle that's kept the spirit of the arcade alive, bringing it back to life. He's the founder of the 82 Arcade in Los Angeles, which is very, very cool. And somewhere in this stuff we give you a reward. We're going to dig it out. But anyway, thank you for doing what you do. This is it. Wow. Here it is. So thank you so much. I haven't been to 82 yet, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So thank you. Would you like to say something, sir?
Thanks, Walter. Happy birthday.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, it's really awesome to be part of this industry. It's you know, and it's an obsession and a hobby that's a good one. Brings a lot of cool people together and transcends, you know, tons of different people. Everyone comes together just with their love of games, and it's a fun time. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you very much.
We have a birthday present for Walter.
Oh, Fernando brought a birthday
Run over, Fernando. You can explain it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Fernando Zaragoza. A little loud. Anybody hear me?
We're gonna really lean into it.
All right. I met Walter over here at Arcade Expo a while back, and I just wanted to stop by and give him a gift. I had this whole thing. I've been a vendor here, and I made things to sell people. But I just wanted to give him a quick gift because I got to get going, and just want to say thank you for having me. Happy birthday, Walter.
Thank you. This is amazing. I've never been given a box of cherries before. It's a gift. This is fantastic. Very nice. Thank you. Very brilliant action. This is a great gift. Great gift. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Fernando Zaragoza. Too bad.
Also, take one. Take one.
Really? Okay. I believe. Okay. This is the final countdown now. We're about to do cake and ice cream. I don't think there's anybody here now who has not been honored, who we have on a trading card and award.
We have trading cards for Armando Gonzalez. Is Armando here? We have trading cards for Mark Woodiev, Chris Clemente, Carl Gebhardt, Paul Harnitsky, John Camp, Bob Matthews. The cast of we have the cards for the cast of Arcade Fire, The Redemption of Billy Mitchell, created by Casey Ross. We have cards for Roger Blair, Sean and Megan Livernoche, cards for Australian people, the German people, no one here representing Germany. We have Joshua Behrman. Is Joshua here? Jack Gerner, Terrence O'Neill, Dan Kitchen, Daniel Ocampo, Ray Price, Michael Jensen, Robert Lipinski, the founder of the Polish video game magazine, Pixel. Is Ken Horowitz here? Is Ken Horowitz here, a great video game journalist? We have trading cards. Anybody here representing Grinkers from Idaho? We have cards for Grinkers. Brad Feingold, Robert Lipinski, Steve Estito, who is a pioneering educator out of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Anthony J. Seener, James Games Arcade, Yasumasa Nakamura, John Mark, Carl Gebhardt, Ken Horowitz, Julie and Wyatt Barwick, who are from Ottumwa, will take their award to them. People from the Paradise Arcade Sales, Louise Wagensoner, John Mars, Jesse Collins, and the founder of Bioshock, Ken Levine. So, they're not here. Brad's not here. So we'll get these awards to them. And the Zachary Hendricks, okay, Zach, get up here. So Zachary Hendricks is awarded over here. So Triforce, go to the mic and accept on behalf of Zachary Hendricks.
Okay, Zachary Hendricks is a 2010 Summer Nintendo champion. A lot of people don't know about how Nintendo
Right. That pile I need over there, Billy.
helped foster a lot of esports going all the way back to the 1990 Nintendo World Championships. And there's been a slew of different championships between them, from 1990 to 1994 with the Nintendo Power Fest to the 2010 Nintendo Summer Championships. Then you have the return of the Nintendo World Championships in 2015 and the recent one of 2017 that just passed. So unfortunately, Zachary Hendricks was not able to make it, but we got word from his friend Mason Conrad from YouTube. Shout out to Mason, and I'm going to accept his trading card and his award by his request. So let's give a hand for Zachary Hendricks for his contributions to the Nintendo competitive scene. Thank you.
So Bruce Flick, come on up here, Bruce. Okay. Thank you, Bruce. So Bruce owns and operates the Survivors Arcade. What town is that again? Which one? Huntington Beach, California. What's special about Bruce is not only is he keeping the culture alive, but he's very industrious in keeping the culture alive by doing lots of contests, lots of promotions, and eventually going to bat for the culture, making it a rich, rewarding experience for all his customers and all the people in the area. So he does stuff that's so rich and amazing that will draw people from all over the place. So he is the person who is definitely a pioneering influence in the area, in the world of keeping the arcade culture alive and well. So let's hear it. And here is Lord Bruce. Thank you. Go say something.
Happy birthday, Walter.
No, this part of our Triforce system.
I don't think I deserve anything. I have some arcade games, and I love arcade games, and I play arcade games. But this is a real honor, and just thank you for the award, and thank you for the cards. And everybody here, all gamers, thank you. That's it. And Lonnie, thank you for coming and dropping that 10 mil last night.
Okay. Now, which card is that? Well, that's Chris's card. Okay. So you did your award at the last possible moment. I only got here. So we have to send you your card. Okay? Let's send you your card. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. I am very honored now to share cake and ice cream with everybody. These guys are going to be put over here. Oh, I've got a lot of work here. All the cards are now we're done with. We can put them. Well, Michael Jensen's not here, but Michael Jensen's the co-founder of the Arcade Wichita, Kansas, which is a very important arcade that was founded by Derek Sorrells and himself. And we're so honored to issue this trading card in his name. We'll have to send it to him because he couldn't show up here now. But we are ready to eat. Steve's already got. Steve, you already got your award, didn't you? Steve Torres?
No, you said it was in the other room.
Oh, Steve, here it is. We finally found it. Billy finally found it. Thank you for being patient. But there it is. Thank you. Will you get a picture? No, he's not here. Okay. Good job. So, as we're getting, thank you very much, Steve. No, he's not here. So, as we're getting ready now to eat all the food, the cake, and the ice cream, I want to thank David Reichelt, his brother Chris, who spent a lot of time helping me get things ready, and then he actually didn't use the PowerPoint, and all the other people from ColorPoint for making this event actually happen, for buying us cakes and ice cream and food, trading cards and awards. Did I say ColorPoint? I didn't hear say ColorPoint. So Color Switch. Anyway, it's Color Switch. So let's hear a round of applause for Color Switch. Do we have knife here? Okay. Okay. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going out to India. Just take it all.
Okay. Your trading card was it's got to be with here. What do you? Fun, huh? Crazy. Okay, everybody needs to come up here now. Everybody needs to come up here now. Everybody come up here now. Stand right here. Tahone. Tommy Tahone. Okay, yeah, we're having a ceremony. Very cool. Everybody needs to come up here. Everybody Everybody needs to come up here. Everybody needs to come up here.
Everybody needs to come up here.
Everybody needs to come up here. Because we're going to do an invocation.
Please, everybody, come up here in case you weren't aware.
Thank you for the invitation. Everybody needs to come up here. We're going to have cake. We're going to have a cake cutting ceremony. It's just going to take a second, but you all have to come up here. Everybody has to come up here. Steve Grunberger, you have to come up here. David Witt, you have to come up here. Ken Hardy, you have to come up here.
Everybody in the back and up here, you get no cake.
Everybody has to come up here. Oh, don't cut the cake yet. Who did? Who told you to? I'm sorry, I already correct. We're doing. Okay. Could I have everybody's attention, please? Okay, everybody have attention, please. Most people don't realize that lots of cultures throughout history, they would bond over the ceremony of eating food. Some food would be especially designated food, quite often cakes, quite often other things, that together they would share the food, and in a ceremony they would recognize their commonality, their universality. They would share love for their neighbors. They would share love for their community. What are you looking at? And they would just do a ceremony that unites all their interests, unites all their hearts, and essentially. Walter, let's eat cake. So essentially, I brought some friends with me here, Barry and Cindy Capps, because a lot of you people know that I often talk about transcendental meditation, what it's done for my brain and my nervous system, and it increased my health and everything like that. And so many people have said, how do I learn about it? So these people were actually certified TM teachers from the local TM center. So I thought I'd have, since it's my 70th birthday, I'd like you people, for some of you who wanted to learn more about TM, to actually meet them and hear about it. But more than that, we have some traditions that we've done in Fairfield, Iowa, and other places where a lot of people who practice meditation and yoga and different kinds of lifestyle things like that help improve the quality of their mind and their body. It's like an invocation that just, how would you describe it? How would you describe it? Let's cut the cake. We're going to cut this one, $150 organic cake. This is the non-GMO one. Do the ceremony. Yep.
Hey everybody, so Walter's cutting the cake right now. This is the best I can get because we're at a stationary stream.
Happiness and fulfillment from all consumers in the world and through the entire world peace.
Okay. So this cake has been, this invocation is for us gamers, so that somehow the joy of the cake is something we can take in our lives and spread to other people. And that really simplifies it. So let's have cake. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah. So, group photo, how are we going to do that? After the cake. Okay.
So there's going to be a group photo after the cake, guys.
Okay.
I have to stand up here and get you guys that. Thank you guys for joining us. An entire 2 hours.
I don't know that, but I know it's
But people are walking by on the stream. This a copy of this video will be uploaded to the YouTube of the International Video Game Hall of Fame and Museum. Let me put this up for you guys, where you guys can see it. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties and all this other stuff, but you know how we do in the classic gaming scene. Big thanks to all the people who actually were awarded. Well, big shout outs to all the people and congratulations to all the people who were awarded trading cards. Shout outs to Finland, shout outs to Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. Definitely big shout outs to Ghana and Africa. Don't worry guys, Nigeria's next, Kenya's next, Mozambique's next, South Africa's next, there's other countries next. As I'm coming back and forth to Africa, I'll be picking out gamers that represent each of those countries and get them on the Walter Day trading cards so that we can have them shipped, or I'll bring them to Africa and you guys can have them traded among all the different gamers out there. Hey, just want to shake your hand. I don't know if you know me, but wait 1 second. Yes, I definitely play Tetris. I'm actually playing Tetris 99 right now.
Okay, I played a little bit of that, yeah.
Oh, you gonna play? Were you the guy? Very good on it. You played the what was it? Tetris Effects.
I did play the Tetris.
Yes, you did the
Tetris
Effect
YouTube video.
The YouTube video. Okay, so that's where I recognize you. So it's cool to see that you got a trading card, and
super cool, right?
I have to make it one of the classic Tetris World Championships. So
it's in October in Portland.
In Portland, right?
Yeah, in Portland, yeah.
Man, you remember when I first started? So you're the guy who founded the entire.
No, I didn't found it. It was started by several guys. Vince Clemente was a key figure.
Yeah.
Adam Cornelius, another one. There was actually a movie that was shot at the
The
very
Order
first
of
one.
Texas.
Yeah. That's after the first tournament. Yeah.
Oh, because I know one of the guys that streamed the earlier version of the classic tournament, Jason Cole.
Okay.
Yes, from Chaos.
He did one of the early
They did
streams,
the first stream, and then before the new guys started doing it. Now James Chensor, the commentator from Evo, he's now in it and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So the big shout out to the Tetris community. It's big and growing.
And just so you know, we actually do have an event. We had an event at the Retro City Fest.
Okay.
In Pomona. Were you in Pomona this year?
No, I wasn't.
Because that's very close to here. It's
in
January, and we'll have another one in January next year.
Then I definitely got to try to come out there and make it to. I've been in the Tetris community for a while, but I kind of keep my distance.
We'd love to see you at any event.
Well, I'll try. I'll definitely try to make it out to the Portland one. If not, I'll be out. I'll come back out into California in January for the Pomona one. But thank you, man.
Great. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Good to meet you.
All right then. Oh, you have your card on you? Did they give you your card?
It's in the car.
Okay, please. Let me get one. All right. All right, guys. What do you mean I sound like I've gotten fat? What are you talking about, man? So I gotta go. I'm not supposed to be eating cake, but I'm gonna go grab one. But thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, I'll leave this broadcast up on the Empire Arcadia YouTube channel. A copy will be posted on the International Video Game Hall of Fame YouTube, and you can check out the rest. Make sure you follow everybody. This was a short broadcast. I'm gonna pack up because I gotta get ready to get out of here soon and head back. But thank you guys. I'll see you all later.